You have too many treasure cards in your spellbook. You can't receive any new treasure cards until there is more room in your spellbook.
Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off talking about something a lot of people thought was fake, and it turns out it's real, the Rog Mjolnir. Zooming in on the image, and it appears it's a portable power station. We've got 4 standard outlets, 2 USB Type-A's and 2 USB Type-C's. I've got no idea what kind of battery is in here. I've got no idea how many watts this thing supports, but I'm assuming we're gonna find out pretty soon. Next up, we're talking about possibly the game of the century, Handball 17. And they said it couldn't be done, but apparently it's been done. Denuvo on this game has been cracked. There are a number of reports out there about Denuvo being defeated on this game, and this is one of the comments. We are witnessing history in the making. Handball 17 was released back in 2016 to mixed reviews, and just a few of them. I'm not sure why this game still has de novo on it after about 7 years or 7.5 years, give or take, but it does. According to SteamDB, currently there are 0 people playing this game. In the last 24 hours, they have once. And their all-time high overall was 336 people playing at once, which happened about a year ago. So moving on, and next up we're talking about the Nintendo 3DS and also the Wii U. And right now there's an initiative going on to try to preserve a whole bunch of Spot Pass data. It's the last week to do so. It's called the Spot Pass Archival Project, and if you wanted to learn more about it, I'll drop a link in the description below. Now, there's a lot of information on here, including guides and a Discord link to their server in case you wanted to learn more about the community. It's worth pointing out this project is currently scrambling. They've only got until April 8th until everything shuts down and they can't archive anymore. And if for some reason you don't believe me, the discontinuation announcement is right on Nintendo's website. I'll drop a link to it in the description below. They flat out say at 4 p.m. PDT on April 8th, 2024, online play and other functionality that uses online communication will end for Nintendo 3DS and new software. And speaking about preservation, preserving stuff you paid for. Next up, we're talking about Accursed Farms. And Accursed Farms has just put out a video on YouTube that I'll drop a link to in the description below if you recommend checking out. It's called The Largest Campaign to Ever Stop Publishers Destroying Games. So in this video, Accursed Farms talks about a whole lot, but addresses one of the biggest problems in modern gaming, and that is digital ownership, or digital licensing, or temporary licensing, or digital renting. Basically, people paying money for a digital game and for that digital game to stop working after an unspecified amount of time. There's also a website that goes along with this called StopKillingGames.com. And they say here, this site is dedicated to real-world action on ending the practice of publishers destroying video games they have sold to customers. This website goes on to say, an increasing number of video games are sold as goods, but designed to be completely unplayable for everyone as soon as support ends. The legality of this practice is untested worldwide, and many governments do not have clear laws regarding these actions. It is our goal to have authorities examine this behavior and hopefully end it, as it is an assault on both consumer rights and preservation of media. I'm hoping this campaign is able to solve something, and let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. Next up, we're quickly talking about Hollow Knight Silk Song, and we talked about this game the other day when it popped up on the Xbox website. And no, it wasn't put up there by accident. Yes, it seems, but the release date will be forthcoming. So someone with a very keen eye over on Reset Era pointed out that this game has been rated in South Korea as of February 20th. So maybe, just maybe, we're gonna see Hollow Knight Silk Song this year. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. And let me know if you think we're gonna see it this year in the comments below. Next up, we're talking about Bloodborne Kart, or Nightmare Kart as it's now called. If you remember, a while back there was a fan project combining Bloodborne and Mario Kart, and Sony got word of it and issued a DMCA to change the name and remove the Bloodborne assets, and this team actually did that. So they've rebranded this as Nightmare Kart. They say there's 20 racers, 16 maps. It's legally distinct. Full campaign mode with boss fights, and there's a versus battle mode. And arguably the best part about all of this is that it's releasing for free on itch.io and also on Steam at the end of May of this year, May 31st to be specific. Next up, we're quickly talking about some Linux stuff, and the first thing on the docket is Linux kernel 6.7. If you are running this series in kernel, it is at the end of the life, and they are suggesting to upgrade to at least 6.8 moving forward. And the second piece of news is about Debian, and if you were expecting Debian 12.6 to be released on April 6th, you're going to have to wait a little bit. They have postponed this release. They're investigating the current vulnerability with xzutils and the impacts on that. I'll drop a link to this news bit in the description below, I guess. Feel free to check it out. Next up, we're talking about the Steam Deck. If you're one of the people who snagged one of the limited edition Steam Deck OLEDs, the one with the transparent shell, well, you may want to pay attention to the screws and the cracking. There are a number of Reddit users complaining that these shells are cracking on the screws. If I had to guess, I'd say this is a case of over-tightening the screws from the factory, or it's possibly just a defect in the shell. There was a person with this problem. They contacted Valve, and Valve issued an RMA almost immediately. Now, as far as I know, this is only applicable to the clear Steam Deck OLED. If you've got a solid color case, you should be absolutely fine. I checked the front, don't have any issue, and I've closed mine a whole bunch since I bought it. If you've had this cracking issue, let me know in the comments below. Next up, we're talking about WinFellow, an Amiga emulator for Windows, and WinFellow just got a brand new update. At the time of filming, version 0.5.11 is the latest update. We've got a bunch of bug fixes, some maintenance updates, and a very interesting new feature. The default display driver was changed from DirectDraw to Direct3 11, where supported. Next up, we're talking about an indie game. It's called DOA DX, where supported. It was changed from DirectDraw to Direct3 11, where supported. Next up, we're talking about an indie game. It's called DOA DX, which stands for Subscribe to Mr. Sujano, or Demons of Astorborg DX. I won't interpret that. This game is currently on Indiegogo, and they say Demons of Astorborg DX is a remake of the infamous original for Game Boy Advance and Neo Geo systems. Taking a look at their Indiegogo, the physical version of this game on Game Boy Advance is going for $60 US. There's an Investor's Edition for 100 main bucks. The Neo Geo MVS regular edition, no surprise here, is much more expensive at $370 USD. The AES version is even more expensive at $433 USD. Unfortunately, there's going to be no digital edition. For Game Boy Advance, for example, they say the cartridge maximum is 32 megabytes. They have some technology to exceed that, but it doesn't include emulators. They say the physical versions of the game will feature specific hardware that will work on all consoles, offering true hardware compatibility. It's worth pointing out that this game is a remake of the game they already released on the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. They plan on shipping the GBA version by June 2025 and the Neo Geo version by Christmas 2025. And there is a GBA demo on this itch.io page, and it does work with an emulator. Next up, we're quickly talking about Discord, and Discord has put up a 17-second video on YouTube called Discord Loot Boxes Are Here, and it's received over 1.4 billion views in just 2 days. You, along with a whole bunch of other people, might be wondering, how did this happen? Turns out that Discord kind of view-botted themselves by accident. Well, it turns out that by opening up Discord, it played the loot box announcement trailer on loop in the background of the in-app toast. So if you've opened up Discord in the last couple of days, chances are you have contributed to this view count. Another quick one for you. Atari has announced they've acquired Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. For those who may be unaware, this game released back in 2004, and now Atari has the license for a whole bunch of Roller Coaster Tycoon games. And last up here, we're quickly talking about Dream, which is an emulator for a whole bunch of LucasArts games. And Dream Beta 3.0 B7 has just dropped. We've got a bunch of bug fixes here and many improvements to GDI support. On top of that, Dream 3.0 adds a whole bunch of support for a whole bunch of more games. For example, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the action game. And also some DOS games here, including Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. There's also expansion pack support for games like X-Wing and TIE Fighter, OpenGL support, a whole bunch of front-end UI changes, and a whole bunch more. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.
Novus, right?
Who's there? It's you. Don't sneak up behind me next time.
Freddy, it's been 7 months and you brought friends, okay. Freddy, I still don't care. This doesn't change anything. What? Okay, one, that doesn't mean I like your franchise suddenly, and two, that was 6 months ago. Why do you care now? Who the hell naps for 6 months? Oh yeah, you're a bear. Well, literally all I remember about the movie is some fat guy with a little briefcase, and that's it, so I'm not letting you in. No. No. Stop scratching on the door. That doesn't make me want to open it. No. No, stop. You plan to do anything?
Oh, we just really like this couch.
Take the damn thing, fine.
Oh, we like it big in here. It's a nice location.
Okay, I guess I just lose.
Yeah.
Well, it's because of the bridge. It was all too easy to stop traffic between the two places. All you have to do is break the lever. I was able to repair it this time, but it'll be a problem for caravans in the future. Yes, a bridge that can be rendered uncrossable so easily, as well as an unsafe business environment. I need to reevaluate my business venture.
Mr. Sugiano here, your soul tech emulation and open source.
There's always any things. Ding, ding, ding. This ain't so swell. There's an extra beat. Made him yell.
With everything that's been happening recently, can't you just be good and stay in the village?
No! Malcolm said the lake's frozen over! I'll have to go see it! You may not get back on, but I've never seen a frozen lake!
You don't understand me. It just means it's cold. What's so good about that? Those Northville folks are his advice, and even Merlin's magic doesn't protect them anymore. I forbid you from going to Northville.
No, these baskets and gem bind are the wrong weights. Your hands is personally coming to inspect the village. I won't be able to protect you if it finds that people are secretly eating and hiding the produce. What? Lord Franz is coming himself. Who are you? Don't go asking what shouldn't be asked. Wait a minute. You're not Lord Franz's spy, are you? Yeah, Lord Franz's spies wouldn't just be wandering around the village doing nothing.
tamed.
Back up. I can't get going. Curry can be found in local Asian markets.
Hey, how's it going? Did it work out for you? Thanks for watching this video. Check out these videos here. Like and subscribe if you like this, if you found value. And hope to see you in the next one. Thanks.
Who's my next prey?
You're here. I hope there is no trouble on the road. I'm looking into the bandits around here. Did you encounter any on your way? I chased them all the way and thought they all retreated. Some of them must have slipped by me. Well, here's the odd thing. The Heroic Order receives several reports a week from Northville, mostly about bandits or grugglers. Villagers are miserable. By comparison, the area around Southville isn't that much better than Northville, if not worse. But the Heroic Order never got any of their reports. Isn't that strange? Around here, Gruglins are more aggressive, and bandits are more numerous. But no one reports it. Either the Gruglins and bandits are so bad that they wiped out all of Southville's villagers and left no witnesses. Or Southville follows Lord Francis' orders. They dug up their weaklings and graves instead. Now their lives are peaceful. What a coincidence. Nobility all have their secrets, but Lord Franz's secrets seem just a bit more interesting.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Bailiff, but can we go talk somewhere else? You do smell horrible stench coming from the cave, don't you?
Yes, I do, Miss Hamilton.
Wait. You don't mean that you want to go in there, do you? That cave smells so bad it would knock out a gang of Gruglins.
My dear Miss Hammy, I'm afraid you are right again. Everything points to this cave as the source of the stench and the whereabouts of the bandits. I've come this far already. I need to see it through. Sometimes it's better to rip off the bandits quickly. Come on, let's hold our noses and march right in.
Okay. If Chippy and Balin are both going inside, then so can I. There's nothing I can't endure for the Magister. Let's go. It's a family crest.
Yes, and it's the crest of our cocky friend, Lord Franz. Correct. These are money bags that Lord Franz and his estates used to settle their accounts.
What are they doing here? Did the bandits rob Lord Franz? Are all of these stolen? If anything weren't stolen, Lord Franz would be knocking on the doors of the Heroic Order and asking Valen and the other knights to catch these bandits. I think I've got it. The bandits didn't steal the money. Lord Franz must be paying them to leave Southville alone. No way! If that's true, then the bandits are being paid by Lord Franz! Wait! You don't think he ordered the attack on Northville?
That's gotta be it. He ordered the bandits to leave Southville alone and attack Northville because they weren't giving in to his demands. That's why we seldom receive reports from Southville. However, this is all still speculation. It's a big cave. Let's keep looking for more clues.
Magister, a Gruglin mask. Lots of Gruglin masks. The smell seems to be coming from over there. Even though they smell like they haven't been washed for a decade, some of the masks have very fine patterns and feel quite well made.
Yes, it's a shame some of them are damaged, or they'd have fetched a good price. Don't be so surprised. Some collectors or researchers like these kinds of things. You won't get much for damaged ones. I've got a strange feeling. You know that those bandits like to bully the weak, but they wouldn't have provoked the Gruglins for no reason. They're no pushovers, after all. Though it's hard to communicate with the Gruglins. There are loads of them. Each one is as strong as an ox. But look at these masks. They can't all be hand-wrapped gifts from the Gruglins, right?
Didn't you say that? Despite so many Gruglin camps nearby, there were very few reported attacks in Southville? Could Lord Franz have paid the bandits to deal with the local Gruglins and keep Southville undisturbed?
That's it, Miss Hammy. That's the only possible explanation. Hiring mercenaries requires a contract, but by hiring bandits, Lord Franz could deny all accountability and even accuse them of stealing his property. That's actually ingenious. If that's really what he was up to, I might have to change my opinion of him. Just as I expected.
is victory, no matter how it's attained.
Timo is making some big claims in his latest ad. Is that so? Sounds like a challenge. I hope you're ready to put your money where your mouth is, Timo, because I'm about to put your promise to the test and see if I can live the billionaire lifestyle on a Timo budget. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Style Theory, the show that dropships the Internet's most stylish fashion content straight to your subfeed. Now, I may not be the world's biggest sports fan, but even I can't escape the Super Bowl commercials. This year, the one that made me stop and pay attention was none other than Timo. And not because they ran it not one, not two, but 6 times during the entire show. And that is not cheap. No, what got me was their tagline, shop like a billionaire. On Timo? Really? No tea, no shade, but when I think of Timo, I don't tend to think of luxury. Timo is an e-commerce platform where you can buy just about anything, from clothes and furniture to jewelry and toys. What sets Timo apart from other online retailers is that Timo's prices are super low, like comically low, even when you compare it to the king of affordable options, Amazon. But do cheap prices actually mean you can shop like a billionaire? Well, Timo seems to think so, but I'm not so sure. So today, I'm going to take them at their word and see if Timo can rise up to its own challenge. Can you really live the lifestyles of the rich and the famous using only Timo? Or is Timo trying to pull the bargain bin wool over your eyes? And since I'm rebuilding my new billionaire lifestyle from the ground up, it only makes sense to start from scratch somewhere new, somewhere empty, somewhere like this. Allow me to introduce you to the Timo Zone, a world built entirely out of items found on Timo. From our clothes to our furniture to some things a little bit more extravagant, we are going to rebuild our entire life right here from the ground up to become the billionaire that Timo thinks we can be. But before we can fill this space with my brand new life, I need to find out what billionaires actually shop for. And it turns out that information is really easy to find. Like, really easy. Billionaires, they love talking about, posting about, and getting interviewed about all their very expensive stuff. Honestly, I'm sure. But we can actually distill all of that fluff into 3 easy categories for our test: dress, design, and drive. The 3 Ds. If you will. Over and over again, we see the super rich indulge in things like clothes, often designer or custom made, homes meticulously decked out in the creme de la creme of interior design, and of course, cars. I don't know why, but there seems to be something with billionaires and having the desire to amass a crazy car collection. Maybe I'm just overcomplicating things. Either way, this feels like a pretty good framework to test Timo's big claims. So I've devised a 3-round shopping gauntlet. In each round, I'm going to pick a real-life billionaire and try to emulate their clothes, their furniture, or yes, even their car, using only items we can buy on Timo. Yes, you heard me right. We are going to attempt to buy a car on Timo. Stay tuned to see how that turns out. Now, obviously, Timo's campaign isn't actually about spending $1 billion, though I'm sure they'd be happy if you did, but rather it's about feeling like a billionaire. So, when we're judging how well Timo lives up to its slogan, I want to compare the Timo cost against the original item cost to see what we're actually saving. And with all that out of the way, it's time to start round 1 of our gauntlet.
So, let's see if Timo can really turn this pauper into a princess.
Clothes can often be the ultimate status symbol, and not just for the 1%. In high school, having the right brand name could mean fitting in with your peers or being considered an outsider. Though, like we learned in our Quiet Luxury episode, the really wealthy don't rely on logos to make a statement. They let the clothes talk for themselves. Take Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, for example. Don't let the casual jean and t-shirt look cool. It's made by Italian designer Brunello Cucinelli, and it costs about $300. Still, I actually think Timo has the upper hand in this category. While it sells a wide variety of items, the majority of Timo's site is dedicated to clothes, shoes, and accessories. But to put it to the test, I needed to pick my first personal copy, one with a lot of style. Yes, we are once again getting swifty here on the channel. You didn't know? Taylor joined the Billionaires Club at the end of last year. Between her massively successful Eras tour, her re-recordings, her record-setting 4th Album of the Year Grammy, and winning Time Magazine's Person of the Year, Taylor is the definition of a billionaire to a T. And I may be going to the Eras tour again later this year. Yes, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. But I figured, why not use this as an opportunity to find my next costume for that concert? So today, I'm going to try and emulate 2 of of Taylor's most iconic looks. The first being this gold dress from the Fearless set of her Eras tour. This look features a couture mini dress from designer Roberto Cavalli, who actually designed several of Taylor's outfits on the tour. This dress alone is estimated to cost around $12,500. Add in the custom knee-high glitter boots from Christian Louboutin for a modest $5,995, and this in total will cost us over $18,000, which is way out of my budget. And so let's see if Temu can save the day and give us the same look for less. And here's outfit number 1. Do you recognize it? Because this is the Fearless look from the Eras tour. Now, that is actually one of my favorite ones because it is iconic with Taylor Swift. The swivel, the gold, the lame, it's perfect until you get to the back. Now, here's the thing. When I saw this outfit, I thought it was a full outfit, but they kind of forgot to put the back in place, and so we're gonna stay here. We're not gonna move. We're not gonna go back there because that's demonetization zone, including you, camera B. I see you over here. Hey! Eyes up here. So, is this outfit a win? Well, it's a little mixed. I think that this would stand up to going to an Eras Tour concert, standing there for 3 hours, going crazy watching Taylor do her thing on the stage. I don't think the boots would. The thing about these boots is they are really poor quality. It does feel like sticking my feet into a vat of phloem. And I don't know if you know what phloem is. It's a bit like foam if it was wet. But here's the other thing, and it's the thing that really makes these boots a big loss for me. They smell. They smell so bad. I feel like I am getting chemical poisoning as I stand here the 5 minutes it takes me to tell you about this outfit. So, in lieu of that, we are going to jump to our second outfit to see if we can do a Grammy Award-winning look with Temu. I can still feel the smell in my throat. Well, what we ended up with definitely nailed the spirit of the original look, at least from the front. I may never recover from the damage those toxic boots did to my lungs. That being said, we did get what we paid for. On Temu, the dress only cost $22.99, and those awful boots were actually more expensive at $28.39. So in total, our Eras Tour outfit cost $51.38, less than 0.25% of Taylor's original look. And in terms of success, I'd call it a half win. It had its upside, but it felt less billionaire and a little more Party City. As I try to forget those boot bioweapons, it's time to move on to Taylor outfit number 2. And let me tell you, I have really high hopes for this one. We are going to try and replicate the outfit she wore to this year's Grammys. Now, real talk, trying to assemble this outfit on Temu was no easy task. Not only is there so much going on with this look, but a lot of it was custom made. That means if we want to try and match all of this on Temu, we are going to have to do a lot of searching. And this is going to be a problem because Temu's search bar? Ugh. Not great. The main problem is that the more specific of an item I was trying to find, the less Temu's search feature was able to serve me what I needed. If I needed just any white dress, Temu had me covered. But if I needed to find a specific kind of dress, like say one with a square neckline and high slit, that's where things started to fall apart. In fact, it ended up being easier to go to Google, type in what I wanted, add Temu to the end of it, and then Google would show me exactly the right items on Temu's website. So Temu had the right stuff. Their website just made it very difficult to find, even for an experienced online shopper like myself. But back to the outfit. The highlight was obviously the custom-made Schiaparelli Capuccio gown by designer Daniel Roseberry. Being one of a kind, finding the exact price was a little tricky, but I did end up coming up with a rough estimate. The average price for an award show dress in 2022 was about the 6-figure range, which is about the same price as a higher-end haute couture dress. So we can safely estimate that the bare minimum cost of this dress would be around $100,000. Taylor complemented the dress with some black opera gloves. While I couldn't find the exact price, similar pairs cost around $207. She paired that with a pair of stiletto slingback sandals from Giuseppe Zanotti, costing a cool $750. She's actually worn that same pair of shoes to several other big events. We stan an outfit repeater. But the part of this outfit that got the most attention, the jewels. Taylor Swift has a longtime partnership with the jeweler Lorraine Schwartz. According to Schwartz, Taylor was wearing over 300 carats worth of diamonds to this year's Grammy. Again, since most of these items were custom, finding the exact price is a little difficult. But considering that at last year's Grammys, she wore 136 carats of Schwartz jewelry that reportedly cost about $3 million, I'd estimate that this jewelry tops out at around $7 million. So what about our Temu option? All right, outfit number 2. This is Taylor's 2024 Grammy dress. I'm gonna start right away with the thing I hate most, which jar? These shoes are gonna make me break an ankle. I don't know if it's the fact that the sizing chart was off or the fact that these straps are not strapping. I don't like them. We're gonna take them off. We're taking the shoes off. This is a shoeless game. Yes, once again, the shoes were a complete and total loss. Honestly, I was more than a little disappointed. When ordering each item, I went through each size guide meticulously to make sure I was ordering the right size. And yet both shoes were way too big. And then we got to the dress. Here's the thing about this dress. While it does look a lot like Taylor's dress, it does not feel what I expect her dress felt like. First off, this dress is not meant to actually close. You see, there's this clip back here. Usually, it closes because it's meant to hold up the dress and make it not, slide. However, this one was probably an inch too wide. It took not just one person, but about 3 people to really slam close that dress. Let's not just talk about the pains of what about the quality of this dress? It's surprisingly a thick fabric, and I think it actually gets the spirit of Taylor's dress really well. This neckline is an almost perfect match for the dress she was wearing, and that was a hard sell. Shopping all over that site, you could find so many other white dresses, but none that got this sharp, very
coincidence running into you
so
here,
that
Rowan.
in and of itself,
How's your business
huge
venture
win.
going?
Though there was one
Not great. The Southfield villagers won't talk to an outsider about the Gemvine grapes. I've got to think of something else. When I was looking around, I discovered that the Gruglins and bandits are no fewer than in Northville. It's strange that Southville still managed to ensure their harvest, even when surrounded by so many enemies.
It might stink in there, but it's not dangerous. Lord Franz and the bandits may have colluded, but our discoveries have not amounted to any conclusive evidence.
I see. No wonder the steward of Lord Franz's manor assured me of everything. He guaranteed that if I were to acquire Gemvine grapes from Lord Franz, the trade movement would be undeterred by incidents, such as the bridge malfunctioning or miraculous fires. Speaking of which, you all probably know that the wheat yields in Northville have declined due to the cold weather. However, grapes tolerate the cold even worse than wheat. So surely the Gemvine grapes would be affected. I asked Lord Franz's steward about it, but he just told me not to worry, because there would soon be enough fertile land for a better harvest. Perhaps Lord Franz started the fire in order to purchase the wheat fields in Northville at a cheaper price.
I see. Do you know why I wanted to exploit? Actually, the heroic order did receive a report from Southville a long time ago. A villager mysteriously disappeared. Everyone assumed he'd been killed by wolves or gruglins, but our investigation showed that he happened to be the one person who was most opposed to Lord Franz planting grapes in Southville. After he disappeared, Lord Franz's grape venture developed quickly. He made a lot of money. Gradually, all opposition in the village vanished.
As far as I'm concerned, Lord Franz had something to do with the fire in Northville.
We still need to find definitive proof.
About that, I've arranged to meet Lord Franz later near the vineyard in Southfield to discuss our future business. As I said before, I just want to open up new trade routes and acquire profitable goods. That's all. So, with us, it can't be a negotiation or even altruism, but yes, a mutually beneficial cooperation.
And this beautiful field is the work of Archmage Merlin. He once cast a protective spell here, so our crops thrive.
So, this place is under Merlin's protection? Empty. This place doesn't feel right. This can't be Merlin's
These Grubans are crazy.
Where Taylor had a corset in the back that really let her dress hug her body tight, this one wants to escape my body as fast as that it can.
But hey, it had the slit, sort of.
Sure, we don't have a slit here. We have a slit down here. It has the right kind of thought process.
It's
so
time to show you my moves.
That is a success. Good job, team. You gave me enough options to find this outfit. But that brings me to the rest of this outfit.
No matter
the
how it
necklaces
takes.
and the gloves. The gloves are fine. They are gloving their light gloves. But the necklaces, I don't know how they look to you, but when I saw them, I could tell right away that they were a little less than Claire's quality. They are very flimsy, they're very light. They are definitely costume jewelry. And that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with costume jewelry. I own a ton myself. But I feel like these are, you know, more like a 5-year-old's costume jewelry than a
thank goodness.
year-old's
If you hadn't
costume
saved me,
jewelry that,
I'd
you
already
know,
be
wants to
digesting in
last
their
for a little
bellies.
while. However, if you...
Let me introduce myself. My name is Larson.
Hang on, Larson. Are you saying they were about to eat you?
Absolutely. They were even sharpening their knives.
Gruglins are carnivores. Their diet only consists of herbivores smaller than themselves.
You clearly
6
only
years
fit
ago,
one
I
of their
invaded
criteria,
my
Larson.
employees' homes and roasted the worst
Has to be a
gaming
reason
that I
for
could
their
find.
abnormal
Well, guess what? We're doing it again.
How about you show some concern for the innocent little rabbit
Not over.
After such a long journey, I haven't even had a drink. Hang on. Look at all the crates here. A few of these.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. Many police academies have new recruits get tasered so they know what it feels like. This guy forgot that he left his phone on the floor. This police officer accidentally went after the wrong guy. The police officer had no idea he stopped an undercover cop that was trying to chase down another suspect. This water pump sounds like someone singing some heavy metal.
Oh my god, it's corn!
Thailand had a massive earthquake yesterday, and this guy was in the pool when it happened. This guy found an incredibly smart spider.
Starts here at the mirror, works its way down to the door. Now that seems pretty unstable, right? But he's got a pebble weighing down the entire web so it doesn't blow away. That is crazy, dude.
The ocean waves were pushing air under the sidewalk, causing it to breathe. This guy got himself a functional tattoo to help with his job. That is the end of this video, or we hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Fully upgrade the winner's rig, but their entire flipping setup. But there can only be one. I'll be deciding what I think they need. And the best part, first up, we've got Mr. Robert Oakes, editor extraordinaire and big liar. Because this laptop looks perfectly good for both gaming and video editing.
You mostly for gaming. Haven't gotten too much editing.
That was not the point. Here's your problem right here. Pre-built?
Yep.
I thought you worked at Linus Tech Tips.
I bought it back in 2017. It's almost 7 years old now. It's back to high school for me.
The real problem, honestly speaking, though, is not the tower. The desk seems solid enough, but regardless of whether the upgrade goes to someone more competitive or if it goes to a sightseer like Robert, the first thing they're going to want to do is turn on G-Sync. Your display does support it, and actually, you have an NVIDIA GPU. You can turn it on to eliminate pairing. It's just that you don't really have enough FPS. This is a little confusing, though. You have a much better monitor than a warehouse that's not set up to just stage.
A move was impending, so I just never set it up, and now it's here.
So you would be powering this off of a GTX 1050. The mismatch between this monitor and your system actually highlights one of the reasons NVIDIA insisted that these upgrades should be the full setup. Because even if you have a technological advantage like near instant pixel response times or high refresh rate like on this gigantic OLED monitor, if you can't also take advantage of other technologies like the GPU with NVIDIA Reflex to reduce system latency, well, the next time you go down in rank, you might not know. Was it my GPU or was it me?
It's probably me.
Next up, we've got Oni Tam, senior content writer for Labs. Delightful couch, and wow, look at this! Couch gaming setup, and are you kidding me? A bit hard. I don't even know where to begin with this. Okay, first thing, awesome setup. I love the case that you have on this. You've got the dock and everything. External SSD and that straight up USB to SATA, just old school style adapter. I am loving this. Oh, wow.
It was the cheapest one at Costco.
Yes, it was. Oni just moved here for this job, so that would explain a fair bit of
emptiness.
One of NVIDIA's big emphasis points for this setup upgrade is RTX Video HDR, and I gotta say, NVIDIA, if you choose this one, because while it's a really cool technology that takes your SDR content and converts it to HDR on the fly, you're gonna need an HDR display. This HDR? I'm kidding. Our next location is a vibe. I guess this explains who it is. I see this as your setup.
This is not my setup. This is my boyfriend's setup.
I see.
You can tell by the yarmulke, there's probably another yarmulke.
And a bedtime routine.
And a bedtime routine.
And another bedtime routine. This is the same bedtime routine.
It is the same bedtime routine. His diary, this also has a bedtime routine in it. That is one of my setups. I actually have two. You'll notice that there's nothing there. This is where I sit when my boyfriend's lonely. You'll note that we have 3 different office chairs in here, but I use this because the cats like the office chairs.
I can see that.
This is my setup.
Your battery is running low.
Is it? Well, that's because I forgot to plug it in. I used to have a worse setup because I used to have a much smaller closet. But it was the only place in the house where I could pad everything for podcasting.
I like that you've got the whole heat and noise isolation from the room that you're working in 5.
These are amazing.
Yeah.
Professional grade setup.
Right.
Oh, and if I want some privacy, I use that little curtain rod and I put this blanket on it.
You have a wonderful selection of headphones, most of which are in one piece.
That one's the highest spec one. It's very dead. Here we have a boyfriend's morning routine.
Yeah. Make bed. Apparently that one's off. This is something.
It is.
Yeah.
Technically, it's foam.
Yeah. It's not the right kind of foam for acoustic treatment.
I know.
Okay. This mouse is also experiencing a distended cable.
I think they call that a hernia in humans.
And this may be the dimmest monitor that I have seen in 15 years. Is that on purpose? Like, is it turned way down?
It might be. I am very light sensitive.
Nope, it's all the way up.
Okay.
You do yoga?
I don't. This is a board we got from the hardware store. That is yoga mat. But underneath it is a board.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
The yoga mat was acquired from Value Village.
The board was not the board was not why I asked if you do yoga. People don't do yoga on a board.
I wouldn't know. I don't do yoga.
I think I need to go now. Wow, that was an experience. Current effort level is a 0. How bad is their stuff? I don't even know. I didn't want to touch it. It was very difficult for us to determine a winner, you guys. Robert, you showed us some things that your grandmother left you. I mean, these speakers may have belonged to your great-grandmother. Point is, very tasteful desk. He uses it to hold his computer and store his grandmother's ashes. Oni, you had the most minimalist of minimalistic setups, including the most minimal screen size I think I've ever seen. Your upgrade would probably involve binoculars at the webcam so that people might be able to see you from way back here. As for you, Jessica, we dubbed your setup the hovel. You got 0 points for your current level of effort. You even made calling Papa John's easy by having their flyers all over the place.
Those aren't mine.
In some ways, even more minimalistic than Oni's setup.
There is a desk.
Yep.
I don't just game like on the floor.
Nope, you've got a chair, which is good. While the effort level was the lowest that we saw, I think your need was actually described as dire. And you maxed out your X Factor score. This is where Jessica podcasts. I think we can all agree that Jessica's need is the most. So as part of yours and Oni's consolation prizes, you don't live at Jessica's house. And you will each be taking home a 4070 Super. Whoa.
Wow.
Holy fuck. Thank you for participating and letting us judge you.
You think I want to live at my house? Is that the prize? Do I get to live somewhere else now?
No. But the prize is that we are going to give you an overhaul. However, there's a catch. It's dealer's choice. You can give us a rough idea of what you're trying to do, which you already have, and after that, it's completely up to my team of experts. We've got the Walking Hazard, the Silent Enigma, and Justin, who's just in the team.
Okay, you guys ready? We have 1 hour before Linus gets here.
Okay.
That's it. Go. Can we put the new panels over top of those? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, do it. Put them over top. All right, bring it over. Fits it perfectly, like a glove.
Yeah, so this is their 27-inch, 360 hertz monitor. It's QD OLED as well. These things are freaking awesome. Dell Alienware has been killing it in the monitor game. And wait, this way. There we go. Nice. All right, you ready to boot up?
Woo! Oh, tasteful. Here we go. Look, we upgraded your shoes.
Airflow.
As you know, you need 2 setups. Yes, one of which you had already in the podcasting closet, and one of which you had a desk for, and that's about as far as you got. Well, Jessica, here is your desk, but now with a gaming rig.
An actual computer tower.
An actual computer tower, and I personally removed what appeared to be milk from the desk.
Oh no.
There's no milk on the desk anymore.
Oh, I thought you meant in this pool.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so why don't we get started?
So where's my second one of these, like stacked on top of each other?
You know what? I will be right back. I have a solution to that.
His complexion is presently rosy.
It's off the floor now. It'll suck in so much less cat hair. That actually is a consideration that you should have considered. What I would like you to do is just move the mouse. Do you notice anything?
Well, there is a pad underneath it rather than unforgiving hardwood.
Yes. Do you notice anything else?
It is wireless.
Yes. Do you notice anything else, you know, about maybe just the experience?
It is bright enough to see everything without squinting or being in a completely dark room. It has extremely low sensitivity.
Okay, leave the mouse alone for a second. Do you notice anything about the experience?
It's better. I have autism.
Jessica, and this is something we've observed many times and we've always thought is a little weird. I've never actually asked you about it though. Jessica usually games on her work computer using remote access. So after WAN show, Luke and I would frequently come across, I don't know, Dave the Diver or other various games. It's not that we were trying to snoop on you. It's just that we go up there to play super checks.
That makes sense.
And your computer would often be on playing games and we're sitting here going, it's Dave the fucking Diver. She doesn't have a computer at home that can run this. So my point is, anyway, Jessica, please grab that window, for the love of God. Grab that window and move it around and tell me you can't tell that you're at 360 hertz.
I've never looked at a screen with 360 hertz.
Okay, let's
on it
open a
very
game.
long.
Let's just open a game.
Okay, we'll open a game then.
All right, let's go with Alan Wake 2. Why don't we talk about the setup? Okay, she's got an AW2725DF QD OLED gaming monitor. This thing freaking rocks. I can't not click on heads with it. I absolutely love it. It's 1440p, 360 hertz, lightning fast pixel response times. It's literally one of, if not the best gaming monitors on the market. And to go with it, we've got a whole new machine, 13600K, a
This requires further study.
motherboard, 850 watt titanium power supply to drive all those pixels at up to 360 frames per second. NVIDIA sent over an RTX 4080 Super. So this thing is going to absolutely crush any game you throw at it.
Oh, that's a slow run.
I'm under no obligation
that's
to
the
prove
monitor's
anything
fault.
to you.
That is a slow run. I can run faster than that, and I have asthma.
Once we have the results, I'll make a special
HDR.
mention of you in my thesis.
Yeah.
Someone, get
Looks
these
very
gibbering
nice. I'm
lunatics
very happy. I
out
don't
of
know
my
if that's
sight.
obvious.
Thank you for telling us explicitly. We actually do appreciate that.
I am experiencing very positive emotions. That is what you get jaywalking in New York. Get punched by shadow demons.
The best part, guys, is that we don't have to be limited to just games that support HDR to get these dazzling lights and this level of
The water
realism
effect is
immersion.
really cool.
See, that's good. You're doing good. Now you'll be hosting tech tips in no time.
Yeah.
Let's play an older game and show you guys how RTX HDR conversion works. Did you ever play the Batman games?
I did originally on console. I did.
Okay, well let's fix that.
Woo!
So the big thing we're seeing here is that this is a game that was never remastered in HDR, and yet, man, look at the lights of Gotham City. That lightning flash, though, that timing couldn't have been any better.
No matter how it's attained.
Those could be just nice young men.
They're destroying a car.
This guy's not.
Dude, did he just take off in the air?
I don't know.
How are you liking the setup?
It's really cool.
We got you a new keyboard.
Yes.
New mouse. Basically everything. Just this desk seemed extremely sturdy.
Yes.
And we felt that it was fine. All right, there's more. Check this out.
Table manager.
Wires. I know. Well, no, not just the wires are new.
They are.
Yes, the management of them is also new, but the wires themselves are new. Check this out. Where do they go? Let's play Follow the Cables. By the way, you might have noticed we're using our new magnetic cable management arches. Here it is, your laptop stack. Oh, wow, you seem surprisingly unconcerned by that. Okay, well anyway, you're not going to be using them anymore. That was my point. And you won't be using these anymore either. You'll be using none of that. Goodbye. Ta-da! Have a seat.
Oh, a closet.
The closet is not what's new. What's new is the proper acoustic panels, which, go ahead, lean in and talk. Also, we had pretty limited space to work with in here, which got us thinking, what if there was a creative monitor that could give you way more screen real estate, but was an unconventional shape?
Yeah.
So we chose the LG Dual Up. It's a taller than normal monitor that gives you not only way more space, but as
try to escape.
Strange. Something's not right.
Ah, young Master Rowan. I'm sorry for letting these louts disturb you. I'll make them pay.
I'm not talking about them. I think these people from Southville. I've seen them somewhere before.
Be. I'm sure you're just a little confused because you were scared. You uncivilized rabble. You will pay for this.
Everyone, please come here. Abra. Cadabra.
We've arrived. Fine. Just dizzy and don't vomit on my skirt.
Wonderful. If it's only vomit, then it's fine.
Only vomit? And it's fine. Lady Mage, are you saying you've seen worse?
Actually, teleportation magic isn't my strong suit. It needs precise positioning, but I don't really know my way around here. So sometimes there may be small errors.
If I may be so bold, these small errors you mentioned don't include death or decapitation, do they?
Oh, nothing that serious.
I've repeatedly verified that at most a limb or an internal organ may be lost. But it's all easily fixed if promptly dealt with.
Please, tell us about this sort of thing in advance next time. Hopefully there won't be a next time.
Magister! I bet you know just the thing to treat the side effects of teleportation magic, don't you? There are lots of herbs nearby. They can be made into medicine that can make everyone feel better. Just leave the others to me, Magister. I'll keep an eye on them while you go gather the herbs.
For thumb really. But even so, my head does feel a lot clearer. Miss Arte above, I think I can actually make it back to the Dark Forest.
This is the first time I've ever encountered this kind of potion. You truly are amazing, Magister. There are so many formulas, recipes, and spells to learn out here in the world. I knew it was the right decision to leave the Lyceum and follow in the footsteps of the great Merlin.
You're following in Merlin's footsteps, you say? Miss Cassidy, did you by any chance come to Ryham just to study Merlin's ward?
That is correct, Hammy. I've been researching Merlin's spells and methods for some time now. I heard that Merlin once created a ward so powerful that he was able to make Ryham, which was once barren, into a bountiful haven for its people. I came here with the express purpose of locating and studying this magical ward.
drag yourself over here,
Magic can only be described
and you're
as
good
a
to go.
work
We've got your
of art.
audio interface. We've got a USB 3 hub, so you can run other devices if you need to, and you could even game in here if I really wanted to feel like that. You probably also couldn't help noticing that we managed to put
I'm so
a mouse
glad
pad.
to meet a familiar with such discerning
Justin
taste.
custom cut this to be exactly
Magister.
the size of
As
your
a
board.
scholarly mage yourself,
How do the headphones
surely
feel?
you must understand my enthusiasm.
Okay.
Which is good. They're very light.
Yes.
And they're very soft.
These are the DT770 Pros from Bear Dynamic. They are amazing. They're one of my personal favorites, and it's all about the comfort. And here, pop them off for a second.
Ordinary achievement.
The noise isolation. So they've got this nice, I don't know what the hell to call this fabric. But
Chinchilla.
Apologies.
chinchilla fur, yes, chinchilla fur ear cup, and then they are a closed back headphone, but they still sound really good.
A mentor whom I've never met. I'm certain that my understanding of magic will reach even greater heights once I get the chance to analyze his ward. However, there's something strange about the magic in the land surrounding Southville. Something really secret. Merlin's magic usually feels so pure. Something like the magic in these parts. Which is why I decided to head north and investigate. It was nice meeting you all today. I must be leaving now, but I hope we will meet again someday.
Even though closed back is not generally my preference, I cannot get over what a difference in image quality this new monitor is. And shout out Infinite Cables that admirably portable. I use the same ones at my house, and they are flipping amazing. And the best part is that, you know how laptop fans tend to be kind of whiny, right? If you're ever recording a podcast or anything in here, computer's in a completely separate room now. Well, this was an absolute blast. Thank you, Jessica, for hosting us, and I hope you enjoy your upgrade. It is significant.
Yeah.
And thanks again to NVIDIA for sponsoring this video. They are also doing another giveaway. Not to Jessica this time. Very sorry. And Green Screen Linus is going to tell you guys how to enter.
Want an RTX 4080 Super? Well, all you have to do is click the link in the description or head on over to our Twitter page for a chance to win a 4080 Super Founders Edition, courtesy of NVIDIA. With technologies like DLSS 3 and frame generation, just like our 3 winners today, you can reach those high frame rates in competitive games like Alan Wake. But remember, there can be only one winner.
If you guys enjoyed this video, we always love handing out upgrades, and it's even better doing the work. Hey, you guys did great.
Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? Professional here. Welcome back to Life Blade Hollow Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. If you guys are enjoying the series, drop a like. Let's continue where we left off here in the investigation. April 18, 1:20 p.m. Right? Anything? defying force, unprecedented siblings. I am Tenma Taro, Yokai Yusi.
Should we also go
How
north
could a
and look around?
straight, laced man like
We're all
Mr.
in a
Tenma's
hurry
unruly
earlier
twin
because of the fire.
Yeah, it's strange.
might have
Or
missed
Prosecutor Blackwell's
Wait,
playing along.
everyone! Wait for me!
I can't even think straight
Just
anymore.
remembered something.
I need to go out for a run.
I
See you in a
recognize
bit.
some of those thugs that were
Wait,
hired.
what about the
On the
investigation?
day of the fire, they claimed
Back.
to be Northville villagers.
Whoa.
They refused to do business with
Welcome
me
back.
and even
Oh,
voted when the fire
you're in your stage
Are you
outfit back
planning
for
to go back to Northville and investigate?
Yep, I really nailed this new
Please,
magic
bring
trick
me
up
along.
before.
I want to get to
I
the
also heard
bottom
about
of
those
this,
tricks
too.
that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all the craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. I know the killer must have used the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that was the Tenma Taro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right. Maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts right now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need to disappear. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Trucy's magic panties.
The Ruglands are
Wonder
even more
where all that
romantic
stuff
than
goes. Okay, let's get over to the
With these
sequel
graves
time.
eateries and
Vámonos, Apollo, vámonos. Oh, that means let's go in Spanish. Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air
graves
duct?
can send these creatures into such a
Well,
frenzy?
since you really are on the side of justice, plus my own sense of justice has been fallen into doubt, so...
Wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, his sense of justice has been equal to hope. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's get the evidence we need.
I'm
Air duct is the
convinced
key.
the
No
change in
Tenma
weather
Taro
caused
first
the
air used it to
Southville
make the
gradients
escape.
to plummet. So Lord
After
Clarence
he
wanted
ordered,
to
the killer
seize
left the
land
box
in
chamber through the
Northville.
hallway door. Then after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the box chamber from the air vent here. Then went back through the duct and fled the mayor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locker room was created. The killer passed through the air duct. Maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a step ladder. Happy hunting. Oh, the step ladder. That's a meme in the Ace Attorney community, and I like how the developers are playing along with it too. How nice of her to volunteer for the job. Whoa, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. There's a thick layer of dust in here. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes, Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? You know how dust collects in something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Right, that's back in Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting? No one's gone through that duct lately. Kinda looks that way. And if it's true there, Tenma is gonna be bigger than the killer. But if we don't turn things around quickly, in justice we trust. Sorry, Mr. Justice, but it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It's my sense of justice that has prevailed. Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. And I'm back to my old devastated self. Oh, come on, where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man, bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Justice prevails once more. It's not over yet. Besides, taking someone when they're down is what bad guys do. Are you calling me a bad guy? Me, Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice. Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information about the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again. Understood? We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? So if nobody took the duck, is my initial theory correct then? Does that mean that he instead just threw the coin in the duck and it just rolled down?
And they're
is
really
that what
not
it is?
very good.
'Cause that's what I think happened. He
buy
probably
them?
threw the coin in and then probably
From my
just rolled
understanding,
through the duck
most of
into
these
the room.
grapes are purchased by the Adamant
Investigation.
Syndicate.
I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, pinning the blame on a yokai, he really wants a conviction at all costs. She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Yes, bro. I have been writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt that'll teach him anything. Yeah, he'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times. That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. The truth is, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tenma planted that yokai stuff. She planted it in an effort to protect her father, the real killer. Yeah, right, I'd like to see it proven. Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. It was at the base of the cliff just outside Cruising Meadow. Wait, that isn't the staff that Mataro was supposed to be carrying, is it? Well, no. Miss Tenma, no doubt, tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No way. Well, what about the prince? Nope, no prince. But if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyways. Well, prince or no prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case, then where in the mansion did Tenmatero get it from? I'm starting to think maybe the staff is like a key. Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out that the victim was the amazing Ninetales? He did indeed. He's a sharp one, all right. He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger in the victim's past. The amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered that great hero. The amazing Ninetales fans are so angry, they even tried to storm the detention center. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the amazing Ninetales? A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He never unmasks himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler can suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. You spoke with a passion that only a man can appreciate. We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No. Did you forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh, yeah. You be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. I just hope you don't find yourself in the wrong end of a figure 4-leg lock. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other new developments we should know? Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something. He did? What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, "I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals." And other things of that nature. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. I know. Why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? Haha. What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright at Wallaru. So this is like a massive improvement in Dual Destinies. I like it how you can actually choose from the list of where to go. Where like in the previous games, it was like you had to go to a specific section to get to the other section. It was a bit frustrating. Where are we going? Right, anything agency. Yeah, let's go see Mr. Wright. April 18th. Write anything. Agency. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases. And I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time it's like we're bound and gagged too. Don't forget blindfold with our ears plugged up. Oh, and monsters at every turn around. Sounds rough. Hey Apollo, oh, and Tina's here too. Mr. Wright. How goes the investigation, Apollo, Tina? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? Our defense. I was watching this video this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court for some weeks. I know. I've never had to defend a yokai before. And this is about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. Yeah, well, we found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news. How are we going to get out of this one? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Force smile. Yeah, my mentor taught me that back when I was still learning the trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. So he's talking about Mia Fey. She was a character, basically his teacher, his first boss. She was murdered in the second case in the basics. That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Basics. Always believe in your client, huh? You and Athena. So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all. Haha, I knew she was a lawyer the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. It's nothing of special. Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology because I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard. I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer. And at the tender age of 18, no less. Wow, that's almost superhuman. Yeah, so there's no such thing as a lawyer at 18, no such thing as a prosecutor at age 17. More personal, like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times is when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client, right? Mr. Wright, yes. I'm going to visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. Alright, trying to see what's new down at the detention center. April 18th, detention center. Visitors. Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something. So my minions have returned. Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai. I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. Silence, peddler of the legal trade! Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste! Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if he should ever be what he's reading. Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed, you know what I mean.
You can clear me of these charges. I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask of me what you will.
I suppose it's worth a shot. Feathers and tracks. Feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really you're doing?
Indeed. The remnants of Tenma Taro, king of the underworld may be. The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand.
Adamant Syndicate. Yes.
Prosecution.
I heard about the
track planted by Jinx.
Merchant grew quite powerful.
What's this? Yeah, so he's fake.
Adamant
I
Syndicate
must
is
be
a famous merchant in Asperia. They're looking to surpass us and establish a monopoly. In the past,
Well, now, Damien appears to reside
hardly
within his
took
body.
notice of them. But
I
now,
should have expected
they're
as
almost
much
on
descent of the
even
mind.
footing.
Be silent now, Damien.
It pains me to say
It's a
it,
little thing like demonic
but I
possession
must
is not
admit
mother's
that
love
they
for
are
his daughter.
extremely
He
talented
didn't
when it
kill all
comes
the
to doing
Rikiu.
business.
I have killed no one.
However,
The
have no
remnants of my
interest in these
of
graves.
presence have been
As only the
misconstructed.
nobility can afford
The
them.
murderer is not I.
I only care about the wheat
For
production
if I had
in
slain
North.
that mortal,
When the
raging
wheat is
hellfire
ground
would
into
consume
flour
him.
and baked into bread,
Yikes.
its deliciousness has the potential
so-
to reach every
so
single home
You're
in
saying there
Asperia.
must have been somebody else there.
But with the weather
Come to
growing
think of it, the
colder
mayor
by the
had
day,
mentioned that he'd been
there's no
clubbed with the
telling what
statue.
will become of
Better
Rygor.
ask about this.
It's possible that this year's harvest, however poor, was the
Detective
final
Fulbright mentioned
gift
that he
these
might have
lands
something
had to
to tell me.
offer.
Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. Behold, the key to the forbidden chamber.
That's right. And
Whoa.
we start by finding the
There's
real
an ancient
culprit.
with the demonic
Should
powers.
never forget anyone who burns down the
Bob,
fields that
I do not waste my powers in such parlor
so
tricks.
hard to protect.
Take the key from the killer,
You two are
the
awfully
date
spirited
where a part of me swallows. Sounds like part of the
Furbolg had to say.
forbidden chamber.
What do you think?
So, wanted to keep it shut tight. But no fingerprints
Well, I
shall you find
suppose
upon
anyone
that
would
key.
be upset after
How do you
seeing
know
the
that?
destruction of so many once protected.
Is that another one of the demonic powers? Foolish mortal, you would have me
Relax.
Ted Matero
Forget
act
I
as
said
an
anything.
asinine alchemist. I but asked the jailer, and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add. I'm always an honor to serve your malevolence. This is not the old one. He scares the living daylights out of me. Can we ask how you use this key? Finding people anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door. For I know it is a matter of thinking long, long ago when I made my return. Right there. Maybe Jinx knows something about how the whole thing works. Forbidden chamber key, the key that the mayor took from the killer and swallowed. The key the mayor took from the killer and swallowed. To be found, why did he swallow it? Yeah, he's definitely pretending to be possessed. Let's go to the town then. We're trying to find Jinx. Where's Jinx right now? Present this statue. What, might I ask, is that? This statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the altar. Let me see whether Damien knows anything about it. Yes, something wrapped in just such a cloth does he recall. Secret gift from Alderman Q. He, however, had not a chance to see it now, for the cloth had concealed it. Maybe the cloth fell off and was removed after the mayor was struck. Of that Damien does not know. Secret gift, interest. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. We should question him about the blackmail letter too. See what he says when I show him. Right, the blackmail letter. Forgot about that. Why this? That is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien. Apparently somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Timber's briefcase. He wouldn't have that anything about that. Go. You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal. Who placed this in the alderman's pocket? Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase.
So whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the auditor's pocket. Ah, could it have been his doing? Mr. Mr. Terrell, do you just remember something? Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter. Damien's aide, Florent LaBelle. Full knowledge of that briefcase contents that aide possesses. Maybe the blackmailer and the murderer were looking for us. That is preposterous. He's the most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien. But he did. He is the murderer. Seems like Mayor Tenma is a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, his